day 53 of 365 Live. Y'all already know we have a special guest today. I'm trying to get my tripod right so that we can have a good time tonight. Come on in the room. I am waiting for my friend to join us tonight. We have a lot to talk about, a lot to break down, a lot to discuss. It's going to be amazing. So yeah, y'all give us a second. I'm waiting for her to join. While we're waiting for her, happy Thursday. Y'all, it has been a crazy week. So y'all let me know how your day has been. Definitely drop in your questions for us. You can see the question bubble at the bottom of your screen on the right hand. Okay. If you're in here to join me. Yeah, my screen is going crazy. Hi!
I know.
Is my screen going crazy on your side?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's happening.
You're going like...
Yeah, like it's like...
Yeah.
I don't know how to stop it.
Oh my gosh. Oh, wait.
Oh, wait, hold on. No. Oh! I think we got it. Ah!
Okay. That's so funny.
Oh my gosh. Hello?
That's just how it is when we get together. That's all.
I mean, literally, like, it's a good time. Like, even the screen wants to have a party. And this is crazy because I got a new phone. Like, what's happening? What is even happening right now? Hey to everybody coming in. Hey to everybody.
Nobody ever calls me.
Listen, when I tell you I'm on Do Not Disturb and everybody is blowing me up and I just don't even understand. Like something major is going on, but we gonna do this and it's gonna be good and I'm gonna call them when we done. Sis, I'm so excited that you're here.
You too, me
You're
too.
my very first guest.
I know, I feel so special.
You are so special. So for everybody, for my followers who do not know you, can you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about you. And yeah, I see all your people are here. Your people are in the building.
Oh my gosh. You know, because I haven't been on live. Like I haven't done a live in like 5 months. Like,
okay.
Yeah. So shout out to everybody that's here. Let us know where you're coming from or where you're tuning in from. So yes, I'm happy to share. So my name is Fatima. I'm the founder and visionary of Sis Heal Yourself, which is a digital platform that helps to improve women's self-worth by increasing trust in themselves and trust in God. I'm also the primary therapist and owner of Path of Discovery Counseling Services, and that is a therapy service that primarily serves Black women who are falling prey to the strong Black woman cape, who are wanting to let go of perfectionism and people pleasing. And so, yes, that's a little bit about me. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a Delta.
Okay. My soror. Yes. I love it.
Yeah, all the things. So I'm just really excited to be here.
Awesome. I love it. I'm so happy that you're here.
Yes.
And I will also introduce myself to your followers who don't know me, who is like, who is this woman coming up in here? So I am Marlee Coles. I am the CEO of Luxury by Marlee Coles. I own a salon suite in Roanoke, Virginia. I am a licensed cosmetologist. I am a Mizani artist who will be traveling soon. So we'll talk all about that. But also going back to my roots and specializing in textured hair and serving Black women who feel that they are missing a luxury experience when they're going to the salon. So, you know, that's a little bit about me. And, you know, I really want to talk about this journey that we've been on together and how we met and how we just kind of ended up like being besties.
Right.
And I like it's crazy. So I'm gonna let you start on how we met.
Okay, so I don't think I've ever told you this. So I did the giveaway, right?
Yes. Yes.
I was looking through like the people that entered the giveaway, like in the comments, and you stood out to me. I was like, oh, I feel like I need to get to know her, right? So I
Yay!
looked at your profile, and like when I play games fair. This was a fair giveaway. Okay. This is how I know that this, like, God wanted us to be connected.
Mm-hmm.
I clicked on your profile and I'm like, oh, that's my soror. Like, you know, I don't know if I followed you, but like, I just was like, oh, let me keep an eye on her because I don't know if you had been following me before or something. And so, so I did the giveaway. I used like a random generator for the giveaway, and you were the winner.
I love
You were the
it.
winner. And so the giveaway was 4 purpose coaching sessions, like giving away 4 free purpose coaching sessions. It was something like I was trying new. I didn't really know, like I knew that I wanted to get into coaching, but you were like my guinea pig, if you will.
And look at us now.
I know.
You
So,
know,
yeah.
that is so crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
And I just want to share it like out because I didn't want people to think that I like rigged the game to make you win or something like that. Yeah,
you
but
know
like
what?
the
It's
story.
it's so crazy that you say that because if you know me, if you've been following for a while, I win a lot of giveaways. And so people like, you know, my line sisters and my friends, they're like, you just win everything. And I feel like it is just not fair. People just really be picking you. And I'm like, no, it's favor. And favor ain't fair.
Right.
And when it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And we have both said multiple times, this was a divine connection
Yeah.
that needed to happen. And so it happened.
It happened. It was gonna
And
happen one way or another. Like,
listen, and I am so just grateful. I'm grateful. So yes,
yeah.
yes. Through a giveaway is how we met.
Giveaway. Yes. And we've been rocking with each other for what, like a year?
A year. Isn't that crazy?
I know. It's
Oh,
crazy.
I love it. I love it. So let's talk a little bit about um the Dear Future Me, right? Because that was one of the first assignments that you had me do. It wasn't the first, but it was one of the first.
Yeah.
And I opened my letter today, but you got your letter a couple of weeks ago. So like, how did you find that resource, and like what did you feel when you opened your letter?
Yeah, so for folks tuning in, so the Dear Future Me letter, there's a website called Dear Future Me, I want to say .org. And the purpose is for you to write a letter to yourself in the future. So you're writing now, but you're going to send it to yourself maybe in a year or 5 years, right? Like you can choose the time. And my trainer's on here. Hey, Brandon, I wrote a letter to him too. I was like, look at me, you know? So you write the letter and you can write anything that you want to write. But I wanted to think about what I visualized for myself in the future. At the time, I was in a full-time job. I had my practice part-time, but I really knew that God was calling me to be a full-time entrepreneur. Like I've always been a creative and have done a lot of different things, but I always felt like boxed in because work was in the way. Like it was just in my way, but I didn't really have the means to just go out and, you know, do what I wanted to do full time without building. And so that's what I did. But the letter, and I think subconsciously in my mind, motivated me to really fulfill what I had written in that letter. And so at the time, I didn't have my clinical license. I was an LMSW. I was in a full-time job, doing okay, but like, you know, when you want more for yourself, right? And so I had the letter sent to me a year later because I didn't want to wait too long. But of course, like I didn't remember that I wrote the letter. So it's so crazy because the day that it came was the day that I needed to see it. Like it was, so you know, Marlee, like the entrepreneur life has that, it's a roller coaster. There are days where you feel like you are on top of the world, and then there are days where you just are like questioning everything about the decisions that you made. And so I was having one of those days,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but and it was like, oh, okay, God, like okay, I see what you're doing, you know. And so to read it and to see that I had got my clinical license, I was a full time, I had left my job, you know, I was doing the things that I had written in that letter. And it was just like, this isn't just me following my heart, right? Like, this is my soul's purpose. Like, I'm living out my soul's purpose. And that letter just like it solidified so much for me.
Mm-hmm.
It really did. And it made me appreciate even the low days when I have them because I know it's just part of the journey.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love that. I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
that.
So yes, I
So
introduced it to you, but I was doing it for me too.
right, right. And so I'll tell the people just a little bit, right? So this morning, Fatima and I opened my letter
Yeah.
together and we read it, and I had a host of emotions.
Yeah.
And again, a year ago today, I was in such a different place in my life. I still worked for L'Oreal. I was still traveling. There was a lot going on in my personal life and just things everywhere, right? It had to be like Mercury retrograde, like things were happening at the time. And I put all of that in the letter, which I think was the biggest thing that shocked me. But also, I put where I wanted to be today.
Yeah.
And outside of one thing, which is in the works but hadn't fully materialized
Yeah.
yet, everything else had come to pass.
Mhm.
And even I think I was most touched by the encouraging words that I told myself. Because I was like, Marlee, you said what to
Yeah.
yourself, girl? But I needed to hear it. Like you said, I needed confirmation that I was on the right path, that I was doing what I said I was gonna do, and I'm okay.
Mhm.
And it like today has been a game changer. Really, this week has been like a turn of the tide.
Yeah.
Like you said, entrepreneur life has not been easy, but
Mhm.
also what I realized is that a year ago today is, and I didn't realize that until legit just now in this moment, a year ago today, not only did I write a letter to future me, but I also wrote my resignation letter that day.
What?
Yes, I wrote them at the same time.
Marlee, oh my gosh.
So we're talking about like things were happening. Things were happening. So and I also, do you remember that I wrote a sticky note with the day that I
Mhm.
was going to resign?
Yes.
I found the sticky note right before we got on.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
So host of emotions today.
Yes.
But good emotions. Good
Yeah.
emotions that I kept the promise to myself.
Yes.
And that, I do want to clear up, yes, Fatima challenged me to write this letter as a part of our coaching, but it was my full decision to turn it in when I said I was going to turn it in,
Yeah.
and to create a plan and understand that it wasn't something that I was going to do in the moment. And so I'm just proud of me. Like after today, not that I'm not proud of me all the time, but today, like I'm really proud of me.
Yeah, you should be. And not to mention that we had scheduled your appointment today, not realizing this was the day you would receive your letter.
Right.
Like
divine connection. And
yeah,
like it was
yeah.
just supposed to happen.
It
It was
was so,
supposed to happen. And
yeah,
so
that's so amazing.
so amazing.
Yeah, so for everybody that is tuning in, I encourage you to go to dearfutureme.org and write yourself a letter in the future. Make sure that that is the actual website, because I don't want to y'all to the wrong place. Yep.
Yeah.
dearfutureme.org.
Yes. So I will also put it in the caption.
Okay.
The replay. But yeah. Did you write another letter?
So I want to, but I want to, like, I don't know. I'm weird. Like, I want to do it at another time so I don't, like, anticipate it coming at the same time, if that makes sense.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah. So I might do it, like, towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm feeling the same way. I'm like, I'm going to remember this day forever, so I can't write another one today.
Yeah.
It's like I got to let it marinate for a little bit, but I'm definitely going to write another one for sure.
Like, definitely one of those things that I'm going to continue to do, because it's just always good. And it's one of the things that I use in my sessions with my clients is like, visualize what you want. This, it's not just about like what you feel like you want to happen, and you're not actually seeing it for yourself. And so visualizing it, I think, and putting it on paper, whatever we need to do to help you get to the point where you want to be, let's do that. And I think that the Dear Future Me is like a perfect way to help folks.
Agreed. Agreed. Okay, so I have chills. I have chills.
Yeah.
Like, ooh,
it's
so
amazing.
Good. So good. So let's talk about a hot topic, because we've been seeing this all on social media right now, and I'm not gonna lie, little Marlee is not okay. And so, like, we need to talk about it, okay? So if you haven't seen, let me catch you up. Y'all know Black Twitter be out of control, okay? But this time they was actually like just hunting for something that was real innocent, okay? So they called out all of the Just For Me relaxer models, or any of the models that were on the perm boxes that we used to see when we were little. And all of the models have come out of the woodworks and started posting what they look like now, but also revealed that none of them actually used the product. Their hair was just pressed really good with a flat iron or a curling iron. None of them actually used the product. And so I wanted to get your perspective as a therapist. I wanted to give my perspective as a professional, but also knowing that little me is like, I feel bamboozled. Like, who is starting a settlement because, like, my hair is in somebody's trash can because they lied to me.
Yeah.
And the girl is not okay.
Yeah. No, like I was scrolling through Twitter before we got on this live, and I was like looking at people's, comments and whatnot. And it's just, and I started to think about little me too, because I remember seeing those Just For Me perm boxes and being like, I want my hair to look just
like that.
Just like that. Like, boilies. I don't know what y'all call them in Virginia, but we called like the little things, we call them boilies. I grew up in Pennsylvania.
What
But
is willies?
the like the
Me?
little
Like
like
the little curls?
no, like the little things that
Oh, like the bows.
yeah.
Okay, okay, got you. Boilies,
I
got
should
it.
just because I have a little girl, but I don't even know what I call them now. Like I don't call them boilies, okay?
It's fine. That's a new one though. That's a new one. I need all the slang because somebody told me that they called them something, and I was like, "You call them what?"
Like a seasonal thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so my mom would not let me get perms. So I was going to
Mm-hmm.
Miss Vivian. I still remember her name. I was a PA, so I always had to make sure my hair was good on Sunday.
Always.
But you know, like it wouldn't last beyond Sunday. And
Right.
so but I remember like the hot combs holding my ear down, like all of that. But my mom would not let me get a perm. And when I was 13, I was still, you know, like I got to get a perm, mom. All of my friends have perms. I, what I didn't realize is that some of them did and some of them didn't.
Exactly.
So I got a perm one time because my hair broke off. Like it broke off. Like it was terrible. And I never got, like I didn't get a retouch, anything. And one of the things that came up for me as I was like watching, you know, the comments about the fact that these girls really didn't get perms is the way in which, and I don't know if this is a therapist's perspective or a Black woman's perspective, but the way in which society has determined what beauty standards are. And thankfully, you know, it's 2022, braids are it, wigs are it. You know, Black women can do whatever they want and be celebrated for how they wear their hair, but it hasn't always been that way. And
Yeah.
so I can't ever remember a time as a child where I wanted to wear my hair naturally. Like, I don't ever remember that. I remember feeling like I had to conform to a white person's standard on what beauty was, and that meant that my hair had to be straight. So even just like putting my hair in boilies or like using barrettes,
Yeah.
that wasn't enough because it still made me look different. I grew up in the suburbs, so it made me look different than the girls that I went to school with. And so that's what was coming up for me. And I think what we're doing now is we're trying to change the narrative that however a Black woman chooses to do her hair or express herself in that way is her prerogative. Because really what it comes down to is that Black women are often reduced to their bodies and their hair.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
Are so much more than that. And I think our creative expression through our hair is one of the ways that makes us beautiful.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
that's my perspective on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just triggered something for me too because I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize um that, but like hearing you talk about it, that was the same way for me. If
Mm-hmm.
you had asked me growing up, like I hated wearing braids. I did not think that me wearing braids was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Like picture days, I
Yeah.
was getting a fresh perm.
Yeah.
Like night
Yeah.
before, it was gonna be fresh. We was gonna have it in rollers. Like it was gonna be right and tight for picture day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting because a lot of my pictures are either one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
It's never my, but I didn't have, I've had a relaxer since I was in school.
Okay.
I didn't have natural hair very long because I have to post them But my baby pictures,
Mm-hmm.
like, it was like when I was born, like I had a little bit of hair and then it just exploded out of nowhere. Like I was giving very Diana.
Mm-hmm.
And my mama did not know what to do.
Yeah.
She didn't. And I love her and we've had this discussion. And so I hope that she's okay with me saying this and putting her out on Front Street, but she did not know what to do with my hair. And it's okay because we didn't have the resources that we have now. Right?
Mm-hmm.
The natural hair movement was not a thing. We didn't have the products, right? What she saw was these Just For Me campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she saw. And she was like, I want to help my child and I want her to feel good about her hair. And so that's what she did. Mm-hmm. So we can't blame her for being bamboozled too.
Yeah.
Like she was bamboozled. Mm-hmm. But also, like, I hated getting perms. I hated getting perms because it would always irritate my scalp. Mm-hmm. I burned every single time. And it was just like, ooh, can I take it? Can you take it 5 more minutes? And I'm like, mm-hmm. I'm screaming. I'm crying because it's not okay, you know? Mm-hmm. And so like, I also have the perspective that I went to a predominantly white education system all 12 years. Mm-hmm. So I was the only one who looked like me in my mm-hmm. class up until about 7th grade.
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah.
I had no one else but everybody in the class who had straight hair. No mm-hmm. curl, no wave, no nothing. Right? Mm-hmm. So I had nothing else to compare myself to other than that as being beautiful. Even my teachers, I didn't get a black teacher until I went to Hampton University. Yeah. So I had no one other than my mother, who also, might I add, has hair down her back that I have now compared myself to. And it's like, no sis, you're up here. Okay. Humbled. Yeah. Okay, because mm-hmm. I did not get her side of the family's hair. I got my daddy's side. Yeah. And it wasn't bad. I know now that wasn't a bad thing. Yeah. And I've learned to love my curls and love to accept my hair the way it is, and that I don't need to chemically straighten it or chemically alter it unless I want to. Mm-hmm. But I don't have to. You
don't have to. Yeah.
And so I think that it took a long time for little Marlee to understand that. Yeah. But seeing this is a trigger because it's like, we didn't even have to go through any of that.
We didn't have to go through. And the thing is like, and I learned this from my hairstylist recently. A perm is not bad, but everybody doesn't know how to properly apply it. And so when you have people that just are slapping it on and they don't know the proper, techniques to make sure that your scalp is taken care of and your follicles aren't going to be damaged, mm-hmm. where the problem comes in. And so like hair education, I much from you, just like hearing about color and texture and mm-hmm. just like all of these different things that I had I wouldn't know that unless right. I was a cosmetologist, and we've talked about this, like even when you go to cosmetology school, even the education that you get there isn't Black girl friendly.
No,
it's not.
No. No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. And again, not to fault them, right. because the industry is ever evolving and ever changing. But as we know, most systems, the education system, the cosmetology system, state board, our government, mm-hmm. it was not meant for us. It was never meant for us. And mm-hmm. so the school is structured that way as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the curriculum is not texture friendly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Listen, when I tell you, they in the comments going off.
Listen, I know I don't know if I'm seeing everybody's comment, but I would love to hear like folks
yeah.
this is resonating with. I know.
Listen, we're not the only ones. We are not the only ones. So y'all chime in and let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can start a whole nother Me Too movement. We need to call it something else. We
Right.
need to call it something else, but we're not okay. But absolutely, they are not teaching enough in school. But to your point, I think this is a great time to say that I will also educate on relaxers because I feel like we don't talk about it enough, right? And there is a way to be relaxed and also your hair be healthy.
Yeah.
There is a way.
Yeah.
And what I will also say that relaxers are not for every client. Okay? So let's give a minimal amount of information, right? You can be relaxed, but you cannot get color. Like those two cannot mix. And specifically for my clients, most of them are color clients. So you can't come to me for color and then turn around and say, Marlee, I want to relax it. Marlee's going to say, no, absolutely not. No, you cannot get your relaxer first and then I'm going to color it. The answer is no. Unless you are covering gray, which is a deposit only service, you cannot get color and relaxer. So you've got to pick one. And that's because, again, the industry has evolved. We've understood that those chemicals cannot mix. That is where breakage comes in, right? Also, breakage comes in relaxers when you start to overlap them. I think about a time where my mom used to apply her own. But what I would see her do time and time again, because she didn't know, she didn't have the knowledge. There's not a manual in those boxes with the girls that didn't even get relaxers. There's no manual in there that says not to overlap. And every single time she would put it all the way through to her ends. So your roots are getting it for the first time, but think about it. Your hair grows from the scalp. So as it moves down the hair strand and you're relaxing it each and every time, you're just thinning out the hair strand. That's not healthy. And that's what causes it to snap.
Does that cause thinness too?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And of course, again, the leaving it on 5 more minutes, taking it while it's burning. You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do it. It shouldn't be you shouldn't be putting chemicals on your scalp, number one, but you shouldn't be leaving it long enough and suffering because you think it's going to get the hair straighter. Not good at all. Okay, so we got some comments. Yes, I remember relaxers. Yes, my mom actually took very good care of my hair, and that helped me to take care of my hair as I got older and began to do my own relaxer. I will say after a while, I didn't like how thin my hair was. Exactly. So reapplying it. I also, Fatima, it's so interesting that you only had one.
Only one.
But I'll share my story too. So my mom gave me relaxers up until about middle school because that's when my hair fell out. And I know I told you this story because it is what fueled me to actually go to cosmetology school.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I went to dermatologists and doctors and whoever would see me, and they, tried to test my allergies and all of those types of things. But ultimately they said, you've got to cut all your hair off and start over. So again, I'm suing just for me for that. But also, again, this is before the natural hair movement. This is way before 2010. Right? So there was no education. I just had to do it. I just had to cut all my hair off and start over. So those types of things really matter now. Like none of the resources that we have now, I could have used them.
Yeah.
We've grown.
We have grown. We definitely have grown. Like, one of the things that I think is important for Black women in particular, and I'm always gonna say Black women because that's just like
that's our audience,
right?
Both of us.
Yeah,
both of us. Yeah.
Is feeling good about the decisions that you're making, and so if you are we'll use a hairstylist for context that isn't taking care of your hair, like you have a right to find someone else. you should be able to ask questions. You should be able to get clarity. You should feel empowered when you leave the chair, not scared or upset or not feeling
Mm-hmm.
give feedback. Like those are all things that make us feel empowered. When I get in a chair, and I know we've talked about like what you identify as like the transformation. When I leave the chair, I want to feel beautiful. Like I want to feel good about whatever it is that I'm getting, whether it's braids or it's a silk press or sister locks. I didn't even tell you I'm thinking about getting sister locks.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love
So
this.
whatever it is, like it should make you feel
Mhm.
beautiful because there is something I do think there's something sacred and
Mm.
cool about our hair. Like it's like the essence of who we are.
Mhm.
And so we need to feel good when we leave the chair.
Like that's goal number one.
Yeah.
Like that's at the top of the list. Like the
Yeah.
hair is secondary. It's the feeling that you
Feeling.
get when you come. It's like that is my purpose as a stylist. Like I want you to be better than when you came in,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we talked about this too, right? The hair salon is like almost therapy. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can never do what you do, but I'm definitely a good listener. And
Yeah.
you know, the secrets don't leave me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm listen, I got all the stories, but they'll never leave
Mm-hmm.
because people just come and dump whatever they need to dump.
Yes, yes. Going to the hair stylist is a cultural experience for us. Like it is, we are relationship people. And so we want to feel connected, especially if you're going to play in my hair. Like if you're going to be in my hair, I need to know, like, I need to know who your kids are and who you date in a little bit. Like I need to know a little bit. And so it is
Exactly.
a cultural
Exactly.
experience. It's part of like, it's just part of who we are. The barbershops too. Same thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so real quick, I'm gonna throw this in because um I noticed this and I want to get your perspective too.
Okay.
So specifically, I was watching Zatima, which also the new episodes are out, so I got to go watch the next two. But last week they were in the salon, and I
Hmm.
was just like, you know, every Tyler Perry show that I think about, movies, show, anything, they always end up in the salon.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so is it that it is such ingrained in our culture that it is so important that the girls always end up in a salon
Mm-hmm.
to talk about the drama or for the drama to play out, or is it just a coincidence that they're going to get their hair done?
Hmm. We should just add Tyler Perry to the live and just
Right, because I'm like,
I think that so I think that he would say that it's because it's part of our culture. I'm just thinking about like even relocation, right? Like thinking about relocating or when I have relocated, one of the most important things to me was like, where am I going to get my hair done?
yeah,
Who's going to do my hair? Like, or thinking about even like a major event or, and again, from a Black woman's perspective, I don't know what white women do, but
right,
like my hair is very much like an important piece of
yeah,
my life.
yeah,
I need to know what it's going to look like for you know, jazz brunch or for church. Like I need
right,
to know. I have to plan ahead. Like the reason why I haven't taken these braids out, they need to come out, but I'm going home for the weekend and I don't like I just need it to be done. Right?
exactly.
I have to plan ahead to make
Yeah.
sure my hair, and that's part of the reason why I want to get sister locks, because I'm tired of that. Like,
Yeah.
years of planning around my hair is a lot, right? But
Yeah.
like, part of
Yeah.
who we are is, I think it's just part of the Black experience.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally. Like our hair is on a schedule.
Yeah.
It's gotta match up
Yes.
to like our life schedule.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
to your point, I don't think that any other culture does that. But Black
Yeah.
women, you
Yeah.
can bet your bottom dollar. Like I'm counting wash days or days that my washes are gonna last to make sure by the time I got to do something, okay, like
Exactly.
it'll be good to go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know that that's part of like every day. Like, if my hair's not done, I'm not going. Like,
Not going.
I'm
You
not
won't see me.
no.
Take me out the group chat because I'm not
Yeah.
coming. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like I'm not coming.
Yeah. Like,
And
it's
if the
not,
wig isn't done either, like you're really out
yeah.
of luck.
If it's not laying right, like, just
No.
count me out.
Yeah, I'm not coming.
Yeah. So it's, I don't know that anybody else does that.
No. But I love this. I love this for us. I
Yeah.
really do. I feel like that should be on a shirt. If my hair's not done, I'm not coming.
We got a whole t-shirt line that
We really do. We really do have a whole t-shirt line. And listen, that was gonna be out by the end of the week. By the end of next week. Like I'm wearing that to the next live. Fatima, will you come back on with me? Because
I would love to.
like this is everything to me.
Yeah. I would absolutely love to.
It's a date. It's a date. Okay, so can you tell us everything that you have going on with you? I know you have some big things in the works, but just tell the people what you got going on.
Oh my gosh, what do I have going on? So life has been lifing. I've been very busy. I was planning to do a sister circle at the end of this year, but I've decided to wait and do that at the top of the year. But I have been really wanting to foster collaboration for this last quarter. So, like, doing lives, doing collaborative events with people. So my next event is November 13th with Cassie's Cure. I don't know if you follow her, but she is amazing. If you are not Cassie, you need to follow her. She is the self-care queen, okay?
Hey, yes.
One of those people you don't realize, like, oh yeah, I definitely follow her because, like, why wouldn't I be? So Cassie's Cure, we are doing a collaborative event called Letters to Myself. And we're doing, isn't that just like so convenient?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We're doing, it's a little different than the Dear Future Me letters, but we are doing that event on November 13th. It's a Sunday at 5 p.m. Tickets are $25. We are keeping our group small, so if you want to get in, get your ticket early because I know that we will sell out. So that's November 13th at 5 p.m. and the link is in my bio. It's the very first little bar in the link in my bio. So that's what I'm working on. That is public right now. I do have a couple other things that we're working on before the end of the year, and I know you and I are working on something major.
Woo! The people aren't ready.
Yeah,
They're not ready. Just understand that this is the first time you're going to see us together. Yeah. But honey,
not the last time.
We release this thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You better be ready.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm so excited. Like I'm literally so excited.
Yes, like sign up for my emails. Email subscribers, you guys will get first dibs on what we're working on. So
yeah. And listen, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Real good.
I mean, even better than like the t-shirt line.
Oh yeah.
Like that's just the intro.
Here and what we're working on is like up here. Yeah.
They not ready. They are not ready. When this thing drops, oh, I can't wait. I can't
Not
wait.
exaggerating. Not even
Yeah,
exaggerating.
like y'all know, I don't just be teasing for nothing. Like, but the lead
Yeah.
up is gonna be good. It's gonna be real good.
So good. So good.
Okay, so thank you for joining me. Also, so in my letter to my future me, I told myself to call you and tell you that I appreciate you. And so I thought that I would do it on live in front of
Oh my
all
gosh.
people. Because I appreciate you so much. You know how much you mean to me. You know that this has truly been a journey that we've been on together, and so I can't thank you enough for being here for me and sticking with me and just how we've grown together.
Yes.
So I love you and I appreciate you.
Yes. I love you too. Yes. This is like, I was thinking about that term when clients become your friends before friends become your clients.
Yes. I'm the one. I'm the client that became the friend.
You're the one. Yep.
I'm the one. I'm the one. So yeah, I love it. I love
Yes.
that. So thank you for being my very first guest.
Of course.
Like,
This challenge that you're doing. I really do.
thank you. 53 days in.
3 of 365.
I mean,
Yeah.
can you believe that I've actually stuck with it this
You,
long? Because
if y'all are not following Marlee, I need you to follow her because you're going to anticipate the live. Like I don't watch every live, but like I look for it. I'm like, okay, did Marlee go live today? Because I'm part of my like check-in. Part of my routine.
I love that. Listen,
Yeah.
hold me accountable,
This,
okay? But so far we haven't missed any days. I've been here. I've been showing up for the people. And listen, like we got what 312 days to go.
300 days ago, you will do it. You are gonna do
We're
it.
gonna do it,
Like,
and I'm
try.
excited about it.
I love it. I
I'm
love it.
excited about it. Thank you for joining me. I
Thank
appreciate you.
you so much.
I'll see y'all tomorrow for day 54. And y'all have a good night.
Good night, everybody.